Okay, I want you to focus. This video is called Focus, the answer to emotional or mood disorders. All of the progress that man has ever made came as a result of focus. We can walk around and miss that there's gold lying on the ground. We can walk off a cliff. The difference between life and death, what brought about civilization, was ancient systems that predate Buddhism, that taught one to focus. The answer to attention deficit disorder, obsessive compulsive disorder, schizophrenia, schizoaffective depression is focus. You'll see mental health talk about your happy place and mindfulness. And if you're not somebody who likes the way they put it, or who the message resonates with, then you're not going to get it. You have to be careful about precipitous intervention done by psychiatry. And if you have come across my video, then it is a rather fortuitous event that has allowed you to connect with your innate spirituality and to consider when I say focus, when I say focus, when I say focus, when I say focus. So long ago, people didn't focus. They were just animals living off instinct. Higher thought came from focus. They felt something was there, something that they couldn't perceive with their five senses. Perhaps they need their sixth, their third eye, but on some level, perhaps some level of energy, they sensed it, and so they focused. And some chose meditation and prayer, which are forms of focus. Some chose to sit there and think deeply and get lost in thought. Constructive, productive thinking, critical thinking, focused thinking. We live in a society that puts sugars in drinks, and they taste good, and we lose focus. We're easily controlled as a result. When you're in a fight and you don't focus, you let your emotions get the best of you, you get cocky, you are increasing the risk of loss, of losing the fight. You have to focus. Focus. When they're drugging me, it made it harder to focus. When they're provoking me, it's harder to focus. A psyop, especially if they use LSD or mescaline or something, right? Makes it harder to focus. These people, they know that I'm right. They know that it makes it harder to focus when you're stressed and you lack nutrition. But then we all have an ability to transcend. But should we rely on our ability to transcend? Our body tells us things for a reason. They say, you're hungry. You're stressed. You need to make adjustments. You need to focus, make adjustments, and maintain focus. Don't lose focus. Focus your eyes. Even for you to see, your eyes have to have a certain focus. So they're going to sit there and teach you mindfulness in mental health groups and group therapy. CBT, cognitive-based therapy, and it all goes back to focus. In a society that gives us every reason to feel miserable. We see people smiling and having fun on social media, and on record, this causes people to lose focus and to focus on their misery and to become sad. This is not clinical depression. This is where your focus is, and it relates to your ability to transcend. And even to transcend, my friends, you need focus. I could go on about martial arts, but I'm not going to, because I want everyone to stay with me. Focus. Focus. See, when I say focus, it helps you focus. If I was gonna be like, kind of relax, you know, and act like a fucking coon, you'd lose focus now, wouldn't you? But if I was to say, pay attention, you see what I mean? There's things you can do to make people lose focus, and things you can do to make them gain focus, increase focus. Then during sex, one thing they won't tell you, you know, I don't want to talk about this too much, but I'll say this. One thing that makes people have premature ejaculation, it goes back to focus, okay? I'm not going to elaborate anymore. Of course, there are other factors, but focus is a big component of it. Now, what happens when you lift weights? You know, can you truly lift weights without hurting yourself if you don't focus? Maybe, maybe not. But it sure helps to focus now, doesn't it? Can you maintain discipline without focus? What do they teach people in the military? Aren't they teaching them a form of focus when they teach them discipline? Giving them a strict regiment? Focus on this comes before this, then this, then this, then this, then this, then this, then this. Focus. Focus on your studies. Women get upset when you don't focus on them or pay them attention. Propaganda is about making you lose focus on what is important and what is true. I'm going to end it there because I don't want to go on and on about this. I can go on and on and on and on about this. Okay, it's important to note that this goes back to the land where it all started, where all of our ancestors were. Humanity said, I am going to focus and I will rise above the other living organisms because of my ability to focus, which led me to higher thought processes. God said, man, connect to me through focus. And through focus, everything great was achieved. And through a lack of it, almost everything is lost. Focus. Anyone who hasn't conceded my point by now about being the top martial artist is a bootlicker who works for the government or is jealous because they cannot see me and accept my challenge and win. Boom. We are ready. All right. That's all I had to say. Imagine my ancestors with their typical weaponry, spears, daggers, shorter blades, medium swords, our king of blades, etc. We're the best, and we've lined up for battle. I'm sitting there like, I'm gonna kill as many of these people as they can, claim victory for my people, and I'm gonna celebrate with those who are alive, for those who have died on our side. You're the best. Charge! Take that! Come on, come on! Who else wants it? Come on. Hold the line! Who do you think you're trying to stab? No! Ido! You motherfuckers! Come on. Come on. Don't start running now. I've only begun to fight. After them! You get the picture. Yeah, I was trying to draw this sword next, but I dropped the blade. It happens in combat too. You get worked up, you drop things. You pick them up. You know? Besides, you know, I got in close there. So let me take you through it. First, we charge with the spear. I'm stabbing motherfucker. Boom, boom. I stab motherfucker hella deep. Okay, over on this side, right? You see the handle sticking out. And I kick him out. Boom. You can keep that spear, motherfucker. At some point, I drop the dagger. I pick it up. Whoosh. You know, I'm going at these bitches, whoosh, cutting their necks, whoosh, cutting their stomachs, whoosh, slicing down their butt. Ow. And they're like, ow. Stabbing them in the fucking neck, stabbing the carotid artery, stabbing in the gut, you know? Taking them out, taking them out, taking them out. Stab another guy, get stuck in there, you know? Fuck it. You can keep that one too, you know? I'm going at these bitches. You know, I see the homie fall. You motherfuckers, you see that in battle too. That's what happens in battle too. You see your homie fall. Shh. Out comes the fucking slightly longer than the Ebo, you know, sword, but okay. You know, I'm like motherfuckers, right? I'm going at these bitches, slicing them. You know, at the end, I do with a little two-handed thrust, right? And I chop it out that way, because this blade, this particular blade, is sharp on this side, about to there, and sharp down on this side. So I stab them, I'm slicing them. I'm coming up on these bitches, you know what I'm saying? Trying not to hit anything in my room. While I give you the demonstration, that's how it goes down, homie. And they start retreating. You know, and I'm down to only my sword, right? After them, you know, fuck that. They ain't killing the homies and getting away that easy, you know? I'm going after, you know, as many as I can. You know, I'm bringing back heads in a fucking bag. I'm taking their shirt and putting heads. Like, I have like 3 shirts full of heads. Like, these are the motherfuckers I killed. That's my spear over there in that big one. That's my knife in that one. You see those wounds? Those are mine. Those are mine. Those heads are mine. You understand me? I did that. And I'm coming back, you know, to the village. These are the ones I got. You know? I'm a great warrior of Ebo. But I don't have to say this, you know? I just dropped the bag. They're already there, you know? I get my respect as a great warrior. The women are like, ooh, that Chukwu Emeka, he's got skills. You know, other warriors are like looking at me like, yes, I saw him. It's true. He did that. And I'm saying, I did that. You understand me? Me and Chukwuma. Me and Ize Ike. And so on and so on. I'm just throwing names out there. Probably not even appropriate names, but whatever. You get it? Me and Ike. Me and Ize Uku. And so on. Something like that. We did that. I did that. We did that mess over there. Off, you know, in the distance. So I'm a fucking warrior. You understand me? Call me when it's time for battle. I'll be farming some yams. Call me when it's time to cut off some heads and hands. And that's about it. Thank you. Likes the way they put it, or who the message resonates with, then you're not going to get it. You have to be careful about precipitous intervention done by psychiatry. And if you have come across my video, then it is a rather fortuitous event that has allowed you to connect with your innate spirituality and to consider when I say focus, when I say focus, when I say focus, when I say focus. So long ago, people didn't focus. They were just animals living off instinct. Higher thought came from focus. They felt something was there, something that they couldn't perceive with their five senses. Perhaps they need their sixth, their third eye. But okay, I want you to focus. This video is called Focus, the answer to emotional or mood disorders. All of the progress that man has ever made came as a result of focus. We can walk around and miss that there's gold lying on the ground. We can walk off on some level, perhaps some level of energy. They've sensed it, and so they focused. And some chose meditation and prayer, which are forms of focus. Some chose to sit there and think deeply and get lost in thought. Constructive, productive thinking, critical thinking, focused thinking. We live in a society that puts sugars in drinks a cliff. The difference between life and death, what brought about civilization, was ancient systems that predate Buddhism, that taught one to focus. The answer to attention deficit disorder, obsessive compulsive disorder, schizophrenia, schizoaffective depression is focus. You'll see mental health talk about your happy place and mindfulness. And if you're not somebody who